Browsing the modern web without isolation leaves a dangerous direct path between malicious code and your local hardware. In 2026, securing that gap with browser isolation is the first step in protecting high-value digital assets. Cloud sandboxing moves the entire browsing session to a remote server. The remote environment handles the execution of code, cookies, and potential threats, keeping your local machine completely separated from the live web. Sendwin and Browser.lol both utilize this cloud sandboxing technology. However, they are engineered with completely opposite operational goals. Choosing the wrong architecture for your specific job can lead to disaster, either by triggering security algorithms that nuke your clients' ad accounts, or by wasting budget on complex features you never use. Our goal today is to look past the marketing and diagnose your specific operational vulnerability so you can pair your workflow with the precise tool built to handle it. The users evaluating these tools generally fall into two categories: the optimizers, marketers and e-commerce managers, and the paramedics, security researchers and privacy advocates. The decision rests on a single engineering trade-off. Do you need your session to persist over time, or do you need it to be completely disposable? This quadrant chart maps the divide. The vertical axis represents session state, persistent versus amnesic. The horizontal axis is primary risk, platform bans versus malware infections. Sendwin occupies the top left. It maintains long-term continuity to prevent algorithmic bans. Browser.lol sits bottom right. It focuses on amnesia, starting every session clean to prevent malware from establishing a foothold. These are not direct competitors. They are two different solutions for two very different types of digital risk. Sendwin is built as a permanent, secure workspace for operators who manage multiple digital identities as part of their daily business. To use this effectively, you need to commit to a monthly subscription and configure unique proxy assignments for each session so every profile appears to come from a distinct geographic IP. This results in a portfolio of isolated cloud sessions. These sessions remember your logins and cookies day after day while presenting a unique, consistent browser fingerprint to every site you visit. For e-commerce operators running multiple stores, this isolation is what prevents platforms from linking your accounts together and issuing a blanket ban. However, this heavy infrastructure is expensive and unnecessary for a casual user who just wants to check a link or browse privately for a few minutes. Sendwin is an investment in digital asset management. Its value is measured by the number of revenue-generating accounts it keeps active and safe. Sendwin's other major capability is one-click session sharing for team-based workflows. Because the session exists in the cloud, multiple team members can access a client's ad account simultaneously. To the platform, the traffic looks like it's coming from a single authorized machine, avoiding the security flags that usually freeze shared accounts. This replaces the traditional, risky method of sharing raw passwords over chat, which almost always leads to account lockouts. The friction here is adoption. To get these benefits, your entire agency has to move their work inside the Sendwin dashboard and commit to its ecosystem. Sendwin's true utility is realized at scale, where it solves the logistical bottlenecks of agency-level account management. Browser.lol is built on the burn-after-reading model. It is designed to be used once and then immediately incinerated. The barrier to entry is almost non-existent. It requires no installation, costs nothing to start, and launches a fresh environment in seconds with a single click. This creates a sterile sandbox. If you're a security researcher, you can safely detonate a suspicious or untrusted URL inside this remote container without any risk to your local hardware. The trade-off is total amnesia. The moment you close the tab, every cookie, history file, and piece of session data is destroyed. Because it has no memory and limited geographic proxy options, attempting to log in to sensitive platforms like Facebook or Amazon will likely trigger an immediate security block. Browser.lol prioritizes acute risk mitigation. You sacrifice all workflow memory to ensure that no data from the session survives the moment you close the tab. Let's compare these side by side to clarify the operational compromises of each tool. For environment state, Sendwin provides a persistent workspace you return to daily, while Browser.lol enforces immediate session destruction. In terms of setup, Sendwin requires a subscription and proxy management. Browser.lol is frictionless and free. For their primary defense, Sendwin focuses on evading account linking algorithms, while Browser.lol focuses on isolating local malware. Choosing between them is an exercise in diagnosing your own daily workflow and the specific risks you need to mitigate. We can reach a definitive decision by following a simple path based on your most frequent daily tasks. Start with the primary question. Are you actively managing multiple accounts, like Facebook Business Manager or Amazon stores? If yes, Sendwin is the choice for your workflow. Its persistent environments protect your revenue-generating accounts from bans. If the answer is no, move to the secondary question. Do you just need to safely open untrusted links without leaving a trace on your routine? For immediate, temporary protection, Browser.lol is the perfect tool for the job. Sendwin functions as a permanent digital office, while Browser.lol acts as a temporary digital hazmat suit. For agency owners, Sendwin's monthly cost pays for itself the first time it prevents a major client account from being flagged or banned. If you are a privacy advocate or researcher, bookmark Browser.lol so it's ready the next time an untrusted URL appears in your inbox. There are edge cases where you might need Sendwin's persistence, but require even more advanced enterprise-grade customization. In those instances, look into high-end anti-detect browsers like GoLogin or Multilogin for deep hardware-level fingerprint spoofing. Digital security works best when the architecture of your browser matches the specific threat level of your daily tasks.